Jeff? Where is Jeff? Did we lose him? Here we go.
I thought I had my veil on this whole time.
The father and the bride dance.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs. There you were. With sweet love and devotion.
There you are.
Deeply touching my emotion. How you doing, man?
Good, thanks.
Hey, girl. Thank you, baby. How are you? I won't want to stop. Thank you, baby. Yes, I do. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Feels so fine. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
And Jacob's Union. Thank you for coming. Guys, you guys look great up there today. The ceremony was perfect. I was a little nervous, but I think we got through it. It was hectic last couple of days, but you guys look good up there. Ryan, over the years, I've watched you grow and mature into a beautiful, vibrant young woman. You have a caring, soft side, and you also have an ambitious, hardworking side. I think very importantly, you are a committed, devoted, loving mother. I have been and always am proud of you. I've been most fortunate, given a gift to call you my daughter. I love you. Jacob. Oh gosh, who doesn't like Jacob? In you, I see an honest, respectable, and dedicated man. I see that you are without a doubt committed to both Ryan and the ever so adorable Bella. From day one, you've always been welcome into our home. It might have been day two. But hey, from this day forward, I happily refer to you as my son-in-law. In choosing one another, I truly believe that the two of you have equally made an exceptional choice, an unobjectionable choice. There's a certain sense of happiness, a sense of joy that I see in you together. I see two people grateful for each other and two people grateful for the life before them. So, if everyone would join me in a toast. To Ryan and Jacob, I wish you a lifetime of happiness, a lifetime of friendship, and a lifetime of never-ending love. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Put your hands together for Lisa Ray. We made him up.
Hello. First of all, I want to congratulate both of you, and Bella, you too, on this perfect, beautiful day. I think you guys are, first off, a gorgeous couple to look at, and a beautiful family.
Lisa, a little louder.
Okay, thank you. But also, I think that the two of you are the perfect complement to one another. I mean, your personalities are perfectly balanced. And I think as a family, you guys really shine. You stand out. I've loved watching you guys over the last few years. It's been really special. And one thing that I wanted to mention I think this is really sweet. And Ryan, I think I might have mentioned this to you before. It's something that I've noticed when we're all, friends of us hanging out in a group, and Ryan and Jacob. Sometimes when Ryan is speaking, saying something usually really funny, silly, I will look over at Jacob, and he always has this look on his face. It's like a really adoring, sweet smile. The way that he looks at her is just, it's so sweet. And then today, I knew that I wanted to mention that. And then today, as I was standing up there, and Ryan, when you were walking down the aisle, losing it. I did the same thing that I do because I recognize this all the time. I looked over at him, and it was the same look, but a little bit different because his eyes were watery and his lip was quivering. But I just think you guys, there's so much love in your family, and it's so beautiful to watch you guys together. And I just want to congratulate you, and I wish you guys all the best in the coming years and all the love and excitement, that you guys are going to experience as a family. I love you guys. Ryan and Jacob.
I love you. But to be completely honest, in a weird way, I think it's better that I'm not there. Why, you ask? Because my stubborn butt would have insisted on walking you down the aisle and giving you away. But in my heart, I know that the man that has always been there for you when I was not deserves that honor. And had I been home, I would have not given that up. Thank you, Jeff, for loving my little girl for all these years, as if she was your own. But seriously, Tina, Jeff, Wesley, Kelly, we did good, huh? He says, now wink at Tina, because we know it was you that made her into the beautiful woman that she is today. Tina and Jeff, I can never thank you enough for all you do and continue to do for my little girl. I also want to thank my lovely wife for all you have done in strengthening my relationship with Ryan. We may not have the perfect family, but what we do have is an unconditional love that most people never experience in their lifetime. Check out the bracelet that she got for Ryan, so I can be there, sort of. Actually, I probably shouldn't say anything, but it's a recording device, so I can hear when he talks bad about me. Jacob, you seem like a great man. Please take care of my little girl. Welcome to our family, son. Ryan, I love you. Your mother found her soulmate in Jeff. My soulmate is reading this letter, and I pray you just married yours. I love you.
Golly, that was amazing. Sorry, I have to cheat a little bit, but Jacob and Ryan, please promise us that you're not going to hyphenate that last name. Zorich, Sahagan. Just pick one or the other, right? Now, Jacob, Yakub, Glassblower Jake, the Porno Bandit, 1920s Jake, Patrick Dempsey, all names I've so affectionately called you over the years. You're truly a great man, a Renaissance man. You're a skilled musician, an accomplished chef, an athlete. You're handsome, you're intelligent, you're funny, you're generous and kind. But my God, you've had the same outgoing voice greeting on your phone for the last 15 years. You ever call this guy? Now listen, if you're calling to do something fun with him or offer him something, he seems to pick up on the first ring, as if he's been staring at his phone waiting for it to ring. But if you need a favor or you're stranded on the side of the freeway, then it rings 10 times, and then it's... Oh boy. Anyway, when Jacob first asked me to be best man a few months back, I have to say I thought, well, what about John Louis or Sean maybe? they've known him for years. And I thought maybe it was this was his way of giving a little something back to me after winning thousands of dollars off me in poker tournaments. Maybe it was the photos I had of him. Maybe I could give him some good marriage insight. Maybe that's what he thought. I'm not sure. But Jacob, I've been married barely 10 months. All right? As far as insight, here you go. Keep your head down. Smile. Nod a lot. Every once in a while, though, the only piece of advice I could give you is maybe I just suggest that you do disagree with something with Ryan every now and then, just to kind of keep her on her toes. Anyway, not to bore you, but I met Jacob about 12 years ago. His band and John Louis' band, Madman Moon, was playing with my brother and my band at the time. I think we were just kind of put on the same bill at a show, right? And we really hit it off. All of us hit it off quickly, and I can remember after the first show we played together, loading up our gear outside the club and just all of us laughing kind of endlessly. And I can remember him looking at me. He was probably 23, I was about 30. And I remember him looking at me and saying in complete disbelief, "Seriously, you're 30? That's what he said to me. Anyway, age difference aside, we all became fast friends, and I think most of it over a similar love of music. Most of the time I've known Jacob, we've been great friends, but a lot of it has revolved around different musical kind of projects and settings. In 2007, I was able to get Jake involved playing keyboard and guitar in a band that I was playing with at the time. It was entirely a selfish move. Another member of the band had left, and I just thought it would be really fun to have a great friend on the road with us. I knew he would be obviously the right fit musically, but would just be so much fun. So for the next 3 years, we traveled the world. We played in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Brazil, all over Canada, and at one point actually nearly died after a really bad van accident in the middle of Iowa. We lost control of the van we were traveling in. It flipped 3 times, and it was a kind of a bit of a life-changing experience. But I can remember as the van kind of came to a standstill, staring out the front window. I was still strapped to my seat, and Jacob had actually been ejected out of the side of the van as it rolled, but he was pushed down into the snow. And as the van kind of came to a stop in a kind of an icy ditch, I remember looking out the window, and the first thing I saw was Jacob staring back in the window of the van, this shattered window, staring through the van, and his slip-on Vans had slipped off. And he was barefoot, staring in the window of the van. He had rushed back to the van to make sure that we were all okay. And anyway, luckily, he had to go to the hospital for a day, but luckily the rest of us kind of walked away unscathed. And at that point, it became Jacob's decision whether or not the band would continue to finish this month-long tour or not. And we all decided if Jake was up for it, we'd do it. And the next day, we were back on the tour bus, and we finished the tour all because Jacob just kind of kept his chin up. And in typical Jacob fashion, there was no whining, no complaining, just a big smile. Really, yeah, the show went on, and it's just a big smile on his face, and just the appreciation of playing every night. And I think feeling so lucky that we got to do that. I have to tell this story and then I'll wrap it up. But one night in Boise, Idaho. One night in Boise, Idaho, maybe a month or 2 after the accident, the band had a night off. And whenever the few days that we had this, we'd all kind of take the chance to go out and have a nice meal. And I'd say about 8 of us, the band and the crew, decided to get cleaned up and try to find a decent steakhouse in town. And we all made our way to what must have been one of the nicer restaurants in the town. Feeling pretty good about ourselves, not having to eat, cold deli trays and drinking shitty warm beer. And Jacob, you could tell Jacob from the beginning of the evening, the guy wasn't going to hold back. So we sit down, he pulls out the menu, and he proceeded to order kind of the most expensive filet, a pretty nice bottle of red wine, some sort of Belgian chocolate souffle that would require the chef to stay extra late in the kitchen. And then about an hour later, when the check arrived, he kind of pushed back from the table, rubbed his belly, made that noise with his tongue and his teeth where you kind of, that thing, looked at all of us and said, "All right, guys, I got $8." And I remember thinking, okay, 8 people, really nice meal, booze, Jake just ordered like he's one of the Rockefellers, and he's got $8. I thought I just spent $5 in the men's room for a wet wipe and getting a piece of juicy fruit. So that night we coined him 1920s Jake. Anyway, after we got home from tour, I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago, things just kind of unfolded. And I can remember at one point Jacob, hearing I think through friends that Jacob had met someone he really cared for named Ryan. And I thought, all right, kind of makes sense now. But then he told me Jake and Ryan were having a baby, and I thought, is that even legal? And then I met Ryan. And Ryan, what can I say? You're absolutely gorgeous. You honestly, a friend who we had all these plans, you know, all of us talked about these plans when we got home, and when I think we came home, life just kind of unfolded. And boy, the two of you, what a life you've made together. So I couldn't be happier for you. You're beautiful, sweet, patient. You're an amazing mother, and you're going to be an amazing wife. So please raise your glasses again, Jacob and Ryan. And Bella, to a lifetime of happiness, health, and love. Thank you.
Cheers.